We wanted to do well for our sponsor Motorola and for Honda, and this is just couldn't be better. We've done 2 flawless pit stops. Parker's driven a flawless race, and all we can ask is to finish 3rd is just beyond our hopes.
Well, we hope we'll see you on the podium in a few minutes. Congratulations here, a little prematurely.
Thank you very much.
Well, the leader, Gilles de Ferran, has just passed over the 100-lap mark. 105 laps. We'll be with you right to the finish of the run.
I always get nervous when an owner or somebody talks like that. It almost like it jinxes it, you know. But I'm watching Gilles out there. He seems to be driving very conservatively. He's only got 5 laps to go. I don't think he wants to make any mistakes, obviously.
Richie Hearn coming up. I'm wondering now, is that some stuttering we're seeing out of that corner?
I don't know. I mean, I thought.
Look at it.
Yeah, you see his head going forward there. It's almost like it's having a, oh, I hope it's not that pickup problem that they had before.
Richie Hearn overhauls him pretty handily. Look at smoke at the back of the car.
He's got a problem.
Oh, no. So far. He's come so far, and here comes Jimmy Vasser. Boy, he can smell it now as he comes flying in there, trying to get around him.
Well, Gilles not going to do anything to, you know, to block him there. He knows he's got a problem. He's just moving out of the way.
Let's go to Gary Gerald as Vasser moves around and takes the lead.
Oh, a great disappointment here for the de Ferran Jim Hall team. We're asking what the problem is. The engineer, Bill Prapper, says he doesn't know for sure. They don't know if it's a header problem, electronics, or what. But all they can do is watch the TV monitor in abject despair.
And it is terrible news for them with just 4 laps to go. The man who overpowered this race totally takes 2nd place as Jimmy Vasser. You saw his owner there, Chip Ganassi and Joe Montana. They cheered him on. That was the first time they saw him come down, and there is Jim Hall. Oh boy.
There's Jim Hall. That's his owner, and that's a terrible feeling.
Well, sadness here. A little happier in Vasser's pit, Jack?
You could call this the thrill so far, but they don't want to talk about victory. They're sitting here and they're counting down the laps. The thing that I noticed, gentlemen, this week is that Joe Montana, who's involved with this team, was heavily involved back and forth with Alex Zanardi and Chip Ganassi. And Chip right now mum's the word, but it was a surprise, was it not?
Oh, we have another incident down there at the hairpin.
It can happen, Jack. Yeah, 2 cars together. Robbie Gordon looks like Bobby. Rahal.
That's the 2nd incident for Robbie Gordon in that corner.
And here comes Jimmy Vasser very carefully through there. Jack, sorry for the interruption. Maybe we can go back to you, Jack.
Guys, they don't want to talk right now. You can see the look. They got sunglasses on, but their eyes are glued to a TV monitor right now. The triumvirate of Mo Nunn in the red, and then Chip Ganassi on the outside, and in between Joe Montana. Two, well, I'd say tackles trying to cover the quarterback right now. They don't want to talk. They want to see the checkered flag.
I think Jack's excited about this too. He was down there in that pit and got caught up in it. Let's go to Gary Gerald. Gary Gerald?
And Paul, the crew now has confirmed they believe it is a header problem on de Ferran's car that is costing him now to limp around.
But Jimmy Vasser, yellow flags, but he already knows about this. He's been through it once. Takes over the lead. De Ferran falls out with just 4 laps to go. And Jimmy Vasser will see the white flag as he comes flying down Shoreline Drive. 3 races in a 4-race season. Is this guy and this team powerful? Jimmy Vasser through turn 1, 2, 3. Parker Johnstone sits back 3.5 seconds. So
yeah, but Jimmy's going to drive very conservatively as he has all day. He's not really been in the picture. I mean, he's always stayed right there, 2nd or 3rd. He's going to get those points, but look at that. Look, and there's Parker. He's trying to make up
charging in there.
And of course, locks it up. And of course, don't forget, he's got Al Unser Jr. right there behind him, so he can't afford to make a mistake, and he can't be too conservative.
Final turn for Jimmy Vasser, car 12, Chip Ganassi's target car, and he takes the checkered flag, the win. 4 in a row for Firestone. Parker Johnstone comes home in 2nd. Unser Jr. stays in there in 3rd, followed by Tracy. And DeFerrin is able to manage out with a 5th place finish. I'll tell you what, they're happy in the winning team. Parker's team was also ecstatic with that. That's his best finish ever. So Jimmy Vasser has taken the win here on the streets of Long Beach.
Boy, he's got to be happy. When you get one handed to you like that, when something goes wrong and you've just been hanging in there the whole day, that's a really nice gift. But I really feel for Gilles DeFerrin and all the guys at the Jim Hall Pennzoil team. Those guys, they did everything right.
Maybe you're the guy that jinxed him. I'm not sure. You did mention that after all. Final turn now as he completes his victory lap. He'll turn into the pits, and we're going to stay right with him until he gets around. A little wind, a little showmanship.
A little showmanship, did a little burnout. Just to,
and Jimmy Vasser brings her right on into a beautiful winter circle that they've constructed here. It's a permanent structure as part of this temporary circuit. And Jimmy Vasser, they're unstrapping him now, and Jack Arute is right there.
Well, Paul, consider this. The last driver to win 3 of the first 4 races in the season, Mario Andretti back in 1985. And Long Beach for Mario was the first of his wins. Jimmy Vasser getting the congratulations of his crew. So much paraphernalia to take off of a driver. The helmet, the radios. But now he can hear the congratulations. A 3-peat and 22 points ahead in the point standings for the championship, Jimmy.
Wow, it's great. You know, today is a great day for our team in the road to the championship because we didn't have the car to win the race today, but we had a good car, and I feel bad for my teammate Alex, who's had a great race going, and obviously DeFerrin, who had the thing handily. But I just thought, you know, I couldn't catch him, so I was going to take care of my equipment and hope something happened to him, and my prayers came answered.
How much patience does it take when you know maybe you don't have the best car, and it's going to take some bad luck to put you in victory lane?
Well, it takes a lot of patience, you know, and you just gotta mind your P's and Q's. But I guess, you know, that's racing. And today we got lucky, and sometimes they say you'd rather be lucky than good. And today we were good and lucky, so you know that's why we won.
The point standing so important. You lead by 22. Do you begin to think about the championship in terms of how you prepare for a race?
Oh, absolutely not. You know, the championship obviously is a goal going into the season, but you got to take it one race at a time. I think if you start thinking too far ahead of yourself, you might start making mistakes.
Which one's the best victory so far of the 3?
The last one, this one.
Paul, let's go to Gary Gerald first.
Jack, normally you see the greatest display of emotion with the winner. Jimmy Vasser's now an old-time hand. I guarantee you Parker Johnstone is the happiest guy in Long Beach.
I think for the first time in my career, I'm speechless.
I can't believe that.
This small team has done fantastic things. I thank God for this day and all these guys at Comtech, Motorola, Honda, and Firestone. It's tremendous. Thanks, guys.
Back in the early 1980s, the late 70s, he and his now wife Sharon came to Long Beach. They had a dream, and now you can see the emotion of this moment. Doug Peterson in the embrace. The tears come from Parker Johnstone. Parker, tell us about what it's been like to live this dream, because you came here with Sharon more than 15 years ago. Looking forward to a day when you might be able to enjoy this moment.
Well, like any fan, we came down here because this was the Mecca of motor racing with Formula One. Then when it became Hal's place, which wasn't lost on me when he was behind me all those laps, to finally get a chance to drive here is just a fulfillment of a lifelong dream from coming from a working class family, having the support of all these guys through the thick and thin of the last few years, and to finally get here. I mean, there's some very specific people I need to thank, like Tom Elliott at Honda, all the guys at Firestone, Harry Bricks, Doug Peterson, Don Erb. Holy moly, for us, this is enormous.
This guy's going to float for a while. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Thanks, fans.
Jack?
Well, Gilles DeFerrin, what can be said? The emotions.
Yes, this racing, you know, I mean, Sam, this kind of thing happened.
When did you have an indication? We heard you misfiring coming down the front straightaway with just a handful of laps to go.
It was all of a sudden. I mean, it was just a sudden. It was a sudden problem in the engine. There was no indication at all. Everything was running smoothly. It's just a shame, but I guess this kind of thing happened.
Well, Paul, you can tell he's emotionally distraught, and the toughest part is Brazilian TV is here, and now he has to explain it to his countrymen. Paul?
Terrible day for DeFerrin, who almost had it done. Al Unser Jr. also with a super finish, but not king of the beach, Gary.
Well, the man who has ruled the streets so many years, a gallant job to end up here on the podium after starting back there in 9th position. How tough was this day for you?
Well, it was a pretty tough day. You know, the Marlboro car ran great. I started with a little bit too much downforce, and I took the downforce out of it, and ended up almost going right off the first couple times under braking, but I adjusted my bias and got my braking down good, and so you know, it just went from there.
Thank you, Al. Paul?
I'd like to.
All right, and Parker Johnstone shows that victory is not always defined by first place. Well, Jimmy Vasser unofficially takes the win, followed by Johnstone, Hunter Jr., Paul Tracy. Bill DeFerrin manages a 5th. Don't forget, in 2 weeks here on ABC Sports, it's Emerson Fittipaldi. He'll try to defend his title on the track at Nazareth in the Bosch Spark Plug Grand Prix. Make sure you're there for that.
The road to IndyCar racing starts at the Toyota Atlantic Series. Past champions like Ray Hall, Andretti, and Sullivan have taken this very same route. That's why Toyota is committed to the Toyota Atlantic Championship, because we may not know who the next series champion will be, but we know where he's headed.
It's equal parts sweat and steel. It's decisions made in the split of a second, and pain endured for the length of a day. And at the finish, you're either toasting victory or getting set to do it all over again next week. It's auto racing, the way we do it, on the Miller team.
I get here early to stock up on Texaco Haviland Formula 3 motor oil because it gives my engine complete protection.
Me too.
Michael Andretti.
Texaco Haviland Formula 3 is formulated to control volatility and fight vaporization. And it's the same oil used by championship racing teams.
Empty.
Tough track, huh?
Take it to the star.
The Chicago Bulls come along with Michael, Scotty, Dennis, and Phil for an unprecedented look at their lives on and off the court. Primetime gets it done Wednesday.
ABC Sports coverage of the Grand Prix of Long Beach has been brought to you by Toyota Motorsports. Our minds are always racing. The Miller Brewing Company, proud sponsor of the Miller Racing Team. We race for beer. Firestone, America's tire since 1900. And Texaco Haviland Formula 3 motor oil. Controls volatility and fights vaporization.
Well, did I tell you that Long Beach was a happening? No question about it. That's Parker Johnstone's first podium, Paul Tracy's first finish of the year, and Adrian Fernandez and Moreno's best finish of the year as they now take their victory ride around the track here. And Scott Pruitt, well, he's 23 points behind Jimmy Vasser. So we'll see you in 2 weeks for the Bosch Spark Plug Grand Prix. So long from Long Beach.
Saturday on ABC Sports, the Pro Bowlers Tour rolls into New York for the Bud Light Championship. Then ABC's Wide World of Sports features the world's top tumblers. They compete in the event finals of the World Gymnastics Championships presented by State Farm. Now stay tuned for your local news and World News Sunday over most of these ABC stations. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.